Welcome guys! My lalang Elsie and me are like to show you what we have done as disaster relief for the earthquake people in Bogo. We already drove there early October after the quake directly, so this was a 12-hour trip going from Cebu City to Lippo, where her family and neighbors live. And in that trip, we could just bring immediate relief. We bought the last 3 tents at the Golden FOS store. These were 4-people tents and cost 1,500 peso, and it were the last 3. Then we brought about 200 liters of water. We bought them 10 floor mats because they lived outside in the open on the farm. And this trip you can watch in my German channel, and maybe with English subtitles you will understand a little more. But we decided, because all of these aftershocks still happening and the people are too scared to go back into the homes, they still live in the open and they still need more relief goods, especially those that are needed after a catastrophe like this. So we decided these people still need our support. And besides our first trip, where we bought about 60,000 peso in relief goods, we got more donations coming in from my German subscribers. And we invested, I would say this is like 60 to 80, 90,000 peso worth of things we now want to bring in a second and in a third relief trip there to the family, but also to about 40 to 50 neighboring families that live there in the rural area. Elsie bought a lot of important things to live besides the water that is not here. We will buy additional 150 to 200 liter water, drinking water again. But Elsie, as a girl, she knows things that we men didn't think about. And in our first trip, she already bought napkins because I didn't think about, after a disaster, the ladies, they are in need of napkins. So this is one thing we have here. But of course, we want to make their life a little bit easier by buying coffee and milk. And maybe Elsie, you can explain a little bit why you buy those things.
Coffee. Okay, Nescafe.
Yeah, the typical sachets, different brands here, different styles. And then we have milk for the kids, of course, the good milk. We buy biscuits so that they have snacks and like this. And those things are important because these people are traumatized. And if we can make their life happy by giving the kids toys and like this, we have here for the family, the kids, we already bought badminton sets for them so that the kids can play. We buy them the children's toys here. We now also bring them a junior billiard. It's just cheap, luckily, but it serves the purpose so that especially the kids have different sorts and not always thinking about the aftershocks, aftershocks, aftershocks. But besides those things that are for consuming, I thought also what is really needed after an earthquake. And people live in the open. And we had it here in IT Park when people notice the shocks and they run out of the skyscrapers and they are in the open and it starts raining. And they weren't prepared for this. All things are in the house. So every household in the Philippines, I think, should have a disaster preparedness pack consisting of a tent. And maybe, Elsie, you can lend me this one. This one is a big tent. We got now 4 again in Golden FOS. I will show you why I choose this automatic tents, because they are easily to install within seconds. They unfold automatically. And after maybe 10-15 seconds, if you are a little practicing with it, they are already up and they protect you from the rain. The next thing, very important, and Elsie luckily found these in the local market, is a fan. But this one has a small solar panel attached, so it gets at least a little charge for the batteries. But most important is you can charge it also through USB. You can have a light like this. And what is very important, it has a radio.
na no, ang ganun yung amiga ni Kim.
Yeah.
Pero nilakaw na eh. I mean, in that situation, pwede ba gudin
Because after a disaster, there is no electricity. That means there is no internet. Where do you get the news, the information that is important for you to know what's going on? So you need a radio. And this fan has it all. It is a fan. You cannot see it running. It has a radio, it has a light, it can charge with solar, and it can charge or be used on a power bank. These fans were how much? 890 or 900 around?
980.
980 peso. The tent, we now bought this in about 1,010 peso in Lazada. 10 more are coming. So this kind of fan and this tent together is just 2,000 peso, and it is disaster preparedness. But then you are in the open in a tent, you need floor mats. We already brought 10 floor mats there, another 40 is here, so that these people, when they are in the open, they have at least something to protect them from the wet ground, because it is still raining there. The next thing we bought is lights. One of the lights is already there. This is Bosca, and I know Bosca as a very reliable brand. We have one of their solar lights out here in our neighbor's Sari store. I bought this after Typhoon Odette, and this light is switching on automatically when it gets dark, and it is doing this for the past nearly 5 years, and it's still working. And it's Bosca. That's why I bought these Bosca lights. These are just manual lights. You can switch them on, and they have different brightness, and they have an alarm function here. They have a solar cell also integrated to charge during the day, but you can use them as a power bank, and you can use them through USB. They run on standard lithium cells, so in case these batteries one day deplete, then you just replace the batteries and you still have a light. This light is great for the night, but because it is not switching on automatically when it gets dark, I decided we also buy these solar floodlights. These ones switch on automatically in the night, and we will give this also to the people. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We bought of this, 3 of this, and then we have one big searchlight. This is a very, very big flashlight, but the beam reaches like 300, 400 meters far. So we buy additional 2, because 2 we already brought there. We buy them small headlamps you can use. Yeah, this is because we have early night coming here. So in 5:30, 6 o'clock, it's already dark. And you can charge these also here with USB. And that's always important, that you buy things, flashlight, that you can charge through USB chargers or power banks and use it. Then what you here also see is a lot of fans of those. We bring them to the province. And for the family, I decided they should be more independent from brownouts too. So I bought also from Bosca the cheapest solar system I can find. It's just 6,000 peso. It gives you a 60 watt solar panel and 192 watt hour battery with inverter. So this one you put on your roof, connected to your battery, and you will have around 190 watt of battery power. You can use this to charge your cell phones. You can use this to run a light, run a fan. It is not the longest lasting. It's only 190 watts. So if your solar light has like 10 watt, it will last probably 18 to 19 hours. But a regular stand fan usually has like 40, 50 watt. So this one will maybe last 4 to 5 hours only. I gave them already additionally my small EcoFlow power bank that gives them additional 300 watt hours around, so they can charge this, and they have portable, because this is really small, portable power. That a lot of these will be brought to the province this Friday, because Elsie's mother will go there, and we will drop off at least the tents, some fans and food there, and we will hopefully go next week and bring all the other things. If you like to donate, you can use my GCash You can use my PayPal, because we want to give those relief packs, fan, tent, and like this, to more families. So everything you donate will be used to buy those tents and those fans and give it to the families, so that in a case of a disaster, a typhoon or earthquake, luckily we have no volcanoes here, but if a disaster strikes the family, 4 people fit in those tents, they at least have a roof and a fan so that they can survive for a while. Elsie, do you have some last words for my video?
I would like to thank you, especially those who donated. Thank you so much for uh, being generous to us. I can't do this. We can't do this without you. So I'm so grateful and thankful to God that we have this, and I'm sure they all be happy, even if it's not that uh,
Many.
but people in the province, they appreciate and they like it, and thank you so much that they can have their coffee, biscuits, and they can listen music also because of the radio, and
They have a lights.
yeah, they have lights, and when it's raining, they have tents. So thank you so much.